before Drucker went and found it. So, thank you.
But I found it before I even looked for it.
I don't see Zachary Levi as
a superhero.
Shazam.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
You know what? I think the casting might be okay. But like I said, there's problems. Yes, the scene that you brought up with him trying to fly, that was stupid.
And Shazam can fly, correct?
He can fly. He has pretty much all of Superman's powers.
I was going to say, he's basically another Superman.
It's
magic based.
Right.
Yeah. I felt like the Shazam trailer showed a little too much of the origin. It didn't leave enough of the movie.
Too much of the movie without showing anything interesting of the movie.
It didn't show like there's any semblance of a plot or like Ian and I were talking about like if he had like a coming of age story, like he had to be responsible.
All this is just the first like 15-30 minutes of the movie where he's a child, so he's going to do immature, stupid things, and then Black Adam shows up and he has to take on responsibility, come of age, realize this is how the world is. And that could be some more of an interesting story. So, I'm going to give this trailer a bit of a I don't know. Because...
That's where I'm at with it. I don't know. It looks interesting enough to pull me in.
The trailer doesn't do much for me, but I can see it could be bad, could be good.
And you know what, too? I was thinking, you know what, maybe it's just a little early in filming. They should have waited for a trailer. Mm-hmm. But I think this was the perfect time for DC to release these trailers. Because Marvel...
huge.
And we talked about Marvel did not show up for this, and they didn't need to. Right. But that was DC's chance to, hey, it's all about us. We can put out stuff, and people are going to talk about us, like we are.
And really, everything that was put out, major trailer that was put out, is DC related in some way, from the Arrowverse to Shazam to Aquaman. They were all this is
almost everything on the CW, the Flash, Green Arrow,
and even the launch of the DC Universe streaming service.
Yeah, Black Lightning as well.
Black Lightning,
which we didn't even add to the web page, but
because no one cared. They've got so much.
There's so much on there, so much. But man, where was my train of thought? Oh, I did like the scene where he did invincibility. Where he was in the
when he gets shot.
I did like that.
That was
you're
funny.
Bulletproof.
Oh, you're dead.
That does look kind of cool. That he's a kid who's got a best friend who is in the comic world. And so they're trying to figure out the super. Like it could be really good.
Like I said, first 15 minutes he's being a stupid kid who just had these powers, and then the plot kicks in. Okay, right. You can work with that. You know.
The real problem is if Marvel had made this trailer, let's be honest, we would go, oh man, I can't wait for that. They're going to do really good. Yeah. But since DC has not released a home run movie, they've released I would call it a double in Wonder Woman. A good hit. Went to the wall. They got into second. Nobody scored in the inning, but they got a good hit. More
and then Justice League came up to drive the run in
and popped out to the second baseman. But you know, we looked at it, but since it's DC and they don't have a track record, I think that we're a little
bit hesitant.
Yeah.
What it comes down to, I think Marvel has some sort of formula. Ooh. And I think we trust the formula. DC is struggling to find, like, when I think of Suicide Squad, and movies like that, the problems I look at are structural problems, like their plot and their character development that are like basic stuff.
Right.
So if they're getting them wrong, that's what worries me. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
it doesn't matter how flashy your movie is if you're getting all this basic stuff wrong.
If you're getting the basics wrong,
and not even to say that they're not even choosing the correct director type as well, because that has a lot to do with the directing surface. Of DC, the DC universe.
And to be honest, I think Zack Snyder's influence has hurt the DC movies.
Yes.
Huge.
I think he's really hurt it, and you see it a lot. And I liked Man of Steel. I'm not one of those people who hated Man of Steel. But I liked it, but Batman vs Superman, I think Zack Snyder ruined. Justice League, I know Joss Whedon came in a little bit to help.
That cost so much money for those reshoots and everything. Too.
Yes,
I mean,
and I think Zack Snyder's just killing DC, and I don't know if he's returning for anything. I really don't, but I think it's good.
I think they're pushing him out because of the track record. I mean, I've never been a Zack Snyder fan in the first place, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah. You know what? Ben Wilcox brings up some really good point.
Yeah.
The Crimes of Grindelwald for the Harry Potter series. I thought that was an interesting trailer that showed a ton of Easter eggs. And I really do mean a ton.
Real quick, before we go into that, another great comment here by Ben Wilcox about what you were just talking about. They wouldn't have been bad movies with structural issues fixed. The actors are good. Actors and the characters are cool. They're just rushing so much.
The casting for DC is superb.
Sure.
Like, Suicide Squad. Will Smith knocked it out of the park as Deadshot.
Yes.
Margot Robbie knocked it out of the park.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, Jared Leto. Yeah.
Again, is that necessarily Jared Leto, or is it the director or the writer for the
Gal
movie?
Gadot as Wonder Woman.
Sure.
And there were some like this.
Henry
I
Cavill,
even like Henry. I love Henry Cavill. As
Jeremy
Superman.
Irons. Like, their casting is always spot on.
My biggest one is Lex Luthor.
Okay,
I think
yes.
Jesse Eisenberg is a
That
terrible
was
Lex
an issue.
Luthor.
That was an issue.
And the
that-
thing is, here's the thing, though. I think he was a perfect casting choice for the Lex Luthor they wanted. The Lex Luthor they wanted was complete crap.
It was
Like they gave us the Riddler.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
In a
he
Lex
would have been
Luthor.
good as the Riddler, but don't make him Lex Luthor.
So Crimes of Grindelwald. I don't know if any of us here. I know you. Ian,
I watched it. Yeah.
You watched that trailer. I know you're a Harry Potter fan. Joe Zawisky, I'm sorry, your comment is incorrect. He just said I thought he was a great Lex Luthor. I apologize,
what's
Joe.
wrong with
One of my
you?
best friends, but that was an incorrect. Hot takes exposed right there.
Yeah. Hot mess.
You two are our best
Harry
Potter fans, aficionados.
Okay.
So what did you guys think of it? I did watch the trailer. I'm very interested.
I did not.
I probably won't watch the movie, but I'm interested in the idea of Johnny Depp as Grindelwald because I can only picture Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow at this point.
Yeah.
And so I just picture Jack Sparrow with magic.
You can't see him as Whitey Bulger?
No. So what did you guys think, though, of this trailer?
Now, I'll be honest with you. I have not seen Fantastic Beasts yet. It's on my Netflix queue, and it's coming. I'm going to watch it before I see the movie. It's one of those, it was just a timing issue where I was in college. I just couldn't get the thing to see it in the theaters. Couldn't get it on Netflix, but I'm going to see it. Now, that being said, I thought it was a decent trailer. It intrigued me. It looks like the characters are fine, all that stuff. I think the whole idea of a young Dumbledore, introducing what he's going to do, like seeing a bit of Dumbledore's past, that you've kind of, if you've read the books, you know a bit about like what he's kind
Let's
of.
be honest. It's Jude Law, correct? That's the actor.
Jude Law, yeah.
Jude
He's a
Law
good-
looks
good
good.
actor.
Yeah,
He's
good
a good actor, and he looks good as a young Dumbledore.
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
So I'm
Solid.
intrigued for that.
He's so great.
I love him. I can't. Oh my gosh.
But,
He's just so yummy.
So I will see the movie before I see this one, and it's not because I don't like Harry Potter or anything. It's just a lot of weird timing stuff that got put on the back burner. Okay,
That's all right.
but
Stuff happens, life happens.
it does. But so I probably didn't catch as many Easter eggs as you did. So I'll let you go through them, and then.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone that hasn't watched the movie.
You can. It's okay.
Well-
it's a podcast.
Well, here's the thing. The second movie picks up where the first one left off.
That's always good when that happens.
Which is great. It doesn't go...
Something to DCU
Well, it doesn't go-
has some issues with.
Exactly. Well, it's the thing that, like, sometimes second movies go, like, a month or 2 months or 3 months ahead of time, and then they just let it pass, or maybe even a year or so. But the original movie had some really, really great actors. There were some major roles to be filled, especially with Dumbledore and Grindelwald, and I'm trying to think of the girl who played in it. Oh man, I want to say she was not Peggy Carter, but
Now we're crossing universes, and I'm really confused.
she looks exactly like her though. I don't remember what her name is.
I don't think it's her though.
No, well, she looks like her.
When you're done with this, I have a theory I want to bounce off of you guys just to see what you think.
But I thought the first movie was great. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Okay.
Go into your...
Okay.
Hit us.
I don't know a ton about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And the original books, the 7 books, and stuff like that.
I'm not
but
a big
I do know
book
this.
fan.
I do know this.
Yeah, I've read the books.
That Dumbledore, one thing he is famous for is defeating Grindelwald.
Yes.
In a duel.
Yes.
So what do you think of this theory that in this trailer, because I did watch the trailer,
He has the
and
other
at
one.
one point Grindelwald is going, it appears he's going to duel Newt, and he says something along the lines of, do you really think Dumbledore will mourn you after I kill you? Something along those lines.
yeah.
I don't know the exact line, but something like that. So what do you think of this? Grindelwald does kill Newt
And then
at the end of this movie.
is-
and then the third movie, finally Dumbledore is forced to come out and duel Grindelwald, because I know in the Harry Potter books
he
and
kills
movies,
him and that's how he gets the Elder One.
Right, he takes the Elder One from him, but it's that he's very hesitant, and finally something big forces him to go and duel Grindelwald. And what do you guys think if that's the big thing that forces Dumbledore to actually duel Grindelwald? Do you think they'll go that way? Do you think they'll do something else? What do you think?
Very possible. Yeah. That's like a 95% chance right there.
That's a decent theory. Yeah.
Would you like to see that?
Would
you like to see dead Tony?
That'd be cool.
Do you want to see him dead on the ground?
I am okay with that.
All right. Okay. So let's move now into the TV shows.
Sure.
We've been talking movies and stuff like that. Let's move into the TV shows. I am a personal fan of the Arrowverse. I really like Arrow. There's only one season of Arrow that I didn't thoroughly enjoy, and that was Damien Dark. When he was the major villain.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was season 5, but I don't remember exactly.
It's
either 4 or 5.
Somewhere around there.
Because it wasn't season 6, because that was last season.
Yeah.
And so I like Arrow. I love The Flash. I like Supergirl. I'm very interested to see what they do with Arrow. I know he's in prison now. Is this going to be a really slow season? What do you guys think? Based off the trailer, do you guys think that Arrow season 7 is going to be slow? And do you think we're kind of seeing the end of Arrow, not the Arrowverse, but of Arrow, and maybe transitioning into a Batgirl role? Not for him, obviously, but what do you think?
That's the twist.
That's the twist. He's Batgirl.
Stephen Amell is now.
I personally met Stephen Amell at Comic-Con.
Oh, cool.
He is an awesome, amazing stand-up guy. Like, very
He
classy.
doesn't sit very often. He's always standing.
He always stands up. You know what? When people were like rushing to get over to get his autograph and like to finally meet him, he took all of the handicapped kids throughout the audience and rushed them to the front of the line.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Which was really awesome. It's very classy. It's a classy move.
He's trying to make up for shooting people in the chest.
And like he shook everybody's hand. He wasn't allowed to take pictures because at New York Comic Con, you're not allowed to take pictures with someone unless they actually pay for it. It makes it a little grimy.
Yeah.
It's a grimy business thing, but he was very thoughtful and very cooperative with the people who have made him what he is.
Right.
And you know what? He had very limited background before he was the Arrow.
Yes.
And
now,
really
the only thing he's done since then is be in that terrible TMNT movie.
Oh, yeah. It's Casey
really
Jones,
the only thing he's ever done besides this that's big.
Well, yeah, true. But regardless of that, I have a personal feeling that this is not necessarily the pinnacle, but the downslide of the Arrow. Mm-hmm. I think everything that's led up to it, Deathstroke,
great villain,
which is a fantastic villain. I'm trying to think of all the other.
You had
Damien Dark, Ra's al Ghul,
Prometheus, who I thought was an excellent villain as well.
And that was in last season, correct?
No, season before, actually.
Season before, okay. I don't know where they go from here. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily that they brought it all to the table in the very beginning, but it was exciting, it was new, it was flavorful and delicious, all in the beginning. And now, they give it...
at a certain point, you just run your course and you're running out of content.
And we were talking about this, Ian and I were talking about this on the ride down here, that he doesn't really have a big enough rogues gallery to keep going. We were talking about somebody like Batman. Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, even like Deathstroke is borrowed from Batman. A lot of other
DC's villains
are borrowed from each other a lot.
But so are Marvel's, even more so.
Marvel's are more connected in the universe.
We were talking about how Batman, if you made a Batman TV series, and not Gotham, which is good, I enjoy Gotham, but actually a Batman TV series,
a good one,
you could go 10 years and never repeat a villain.
He has the rogues gallery to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you might have to repeat the Joker a few times.
But you could have a major villain each season.
He has so many good villains that could each have their own storylines.
Yeah. Interweaving with each
other. The Condiment King.
The Condiment King.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, we're going to go with him.
If you guys don't know, he's an actual Batman villain.
The minstrel.
shoot, catch a betcha, Batman.
But should I mention Supermax?
Yeah. Go ahead. Talk about that.
For those of it, this relates to the Arrow thing. Have you ever heard of Supermax?
I haven't.
Okay, so this was...
It's a deal where you can give an NBA player more money than...
That's what it is.
But, so this was... there was a screenplay. I forget who